Some signals there.
From shirtless wedding chaos to stadium-size life decisions, the Swift-Kelce universe is in full spectacle mode. Jason Kelce is reportedly joking about going shirtless at Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's wedding, sparking whispers about which guests would be most horrified. Meanwhile, an NFL analyst sent fans into meltdown by hinting at what Taylor and Travis's next big chapter could hold, according to insiders and league chatter alike.
A family is getting married to Taylor Swift.
Things turn emotional when Taylor is seen tearing up after reading a deeply personal letter from Travis in her Aries Tour documentary series.
Say thank you for creating this legendary tour, and to Robert for making you stop through Kansas City, Missouri.
Next comes a major plot twist as the Chiefs shake up Kansas City by officially heading to Kansas.
There's been this dynamic shift with Travis because it's shocking how many similarities we have towards our jobs and how we view.
Finally, Taylor explains how Travis understands her world in ways her past relationships never fully managed to.
Oh, there's his brother! This is right on! That's
Travis Kelce recently found himself at the center of a surprisingly intense online dust-up after a Kansas City reporter questioned whether he would address the media following a tough loss. What started as a routine sports comment quickly escalated once Swifties entered the chat, transforming a mild take into a full-blown fandom skirmish. Fans rushed to Travis's defense, arguing he barely saw the ball and shouldn't be expected to answer for an entire team's struggles. The backlash was loud, fast, and unmistakably on brand. The reporter likely didn't anticipate that a single tweet would summon a digital army, but that's the reality when Taylor Swift is part of the orbit. While fans were busy defending Travis online, his brother Jason Kelce was unintentionally stirring up chaos of his own. The retired Eagles star has been joking about whether he'd keep his shirt on at Travis and Taylor's eventual wedding, a comment that immediately raised eyebrows. According to insiders, the person most stressed about the possibility isn't Taylor or Travis, it's Jason's wife, Kylie. Jason is well aware that going shirtless wouldn't shock the bride or groom nearly as much as it would horrify Kylie, who has already endured one very public, very shirtless Jason moment tied to Taylor Swift. After all, Jason's first meeting with Taylor became a spectacle itself, complete with him launching out of a suite fueled by pure chaos and unapologetic vibes.
Need to be on my best behavior because we were meeting Taylor. So she's like, do not be.
Kylie had reportedly warned him in advance and was far from amused when Jason ultimately chose to unleash his trademark chaos anyway.
Jason Kelce charm. I want to make my best first impression. Yeah, I don't think she was happy.
Jason, staying true to himself, leaned fully into the moment and clearly has no regrets, even as he admits his wife was definitely not cheering him on.
Family, he's getting married to Taylor Swift, having a kid with her. He probably flies everywhere, private, has private security wherever he goes, and he's just kind of running around this fucking Titans game. It was officially a feel bad for Kelce.
And while the internet continues nervously side-eyeing the fate of Jason's shirt, the conversation abruptly veers into full next chapter unlocked territory for Taylor and Travis, because apparently football commentary now doubles as a crystal ball. During a recent breakdown of the Chiefs' frustrating, fairy tale gone wrong loss, one analyst casually dropped a line that sent fans spiraling. He described Travis as someone who has already won at life, noting his Hall of Fame trajectory, an assumed upcoming wedding to Taylor Swift, and even floating the idea that a baby could be on the way. The comment landed less like analysis and more like a real-life spoiler alert, instantly lighting up timelines. What was meant to contextualize a tough loss instead sparked full speculation mode, proving once again that in the Swift-Kelce universe, sports chatter can morph into life forecasting overnight.
Well, memories in this tour, but my favorite one is seeing you in concert for the first time, being mesmerized and swept off my feet by a woman who doesn't even know me. I selfishly say thank you for creating this legendary tour, and to Robert for making you stop through Kansas City, Missouri. That night too in KC was the beginning of me meeting the love of my life.
The idea itself isn't exactly out of thin air. Taylor and Travis have both spoken, in different chapters of their lives, about thinking long-term and imagining what comes next. With an engagement already locked in, fans have officially entered full detective mode, treating every comment, glance, and pause like part of a scavenger hunt for future clues. Nothing goes unnoticed. Facial expressions are analyzed, lyrics are reinterpreted, and Travis interacting warmly with any child within a 5-meter radius is immediately filed under evidence. His role as the world's most enthusiastic uncle has only added fuel to the fire, with sources saying that watching him dote on his nieces has strengthened the already loud dad Kelce theories online. Taylor's past thoughts on motherhood have always been nuanced and evolving, shaped by where she was personally and professionally at the time. Fans recognize that complexity, even as they spiral anyway. Still, many insist the energy feels different now. After years of public heartbreak followed by very visible healing, insiders describe this chapter as calmer, steadier, and far more domestic than anyone predicted. Travis proposing in a quiet garden rather than a stadium reportedly cemented that shift. Sources say the moment was intentionally private, deeply romantic, and refreshingly UNNFL, signaling a relationship that prioritizes intimacy over spectacle. As that softer era begins to feel real, Taylor's emotional walls come down completely in her world when Travis proves he can make an impact without even being present. In the final episode of her Eras Tour documentary series, Taylor becomes overwhelmed after receiving a handwritten letter from Travis, delivered with flowers just before her final run of shows. The moment plays like a rom-com scene, with Taylor reading the note aloud before dissolving into laughter and tears at how personal it is. Travis reflects on the night he first saw her perform, back when he was just a hopeful guy with a friendship bracelet plan that famously didn't work out. Taylor laughs at his description of being instantly smitten by someone who had no idea he existed. The letter reportedly turns fully sentimental, crediting the tour with changing his life and casually acknowledging how one Kansas City stop flipped his entire world. Taylor pauses, wipes her tears, and jokingly reminds herself she still has rehearsals to survive.
Great dialogue with Missouri all the way through the end of last week. Just frankly, not everything was resolved that needed to be resolved. The big difference is we were working with one party here, the state of Kansas, and in Missouri we were working with the governor's office, the county, and also the city. And we just didn't get there from a timeline standpoint.
She joked about trying to stay emotionally composed for the final shows, but that plan reportedly unraveled almost immediately. Things became even more surreal on the very last show day. With Travis stuck playing in an NFL game, Taylor still found a way to fold him into the moment by wearing a vintage Chiefs windbreaker while heading to the venue, because subtle gestures have never really been her thing. Backstage, she watched the game with her dad, a crossover moment that felt like an alternate universe glitch neither of them saw coming. Taylor reportedly found it hilarious that professional football had officially entered her daily vocabulary this late in life, yet there she was, fully locked in. She insisted on keeping the game on while rehearsing her surprise songs, multitasking like a pop icon unwilling to choose between love and legacy. Practice pauses became inevitable as she reacted to plays in real time. When Travis's team scored, she reportedly screamed with full fan energy, briefly forgetting she was minutes away from closing out a historic tour of her own. While Taylor was juggling stadium lights and football scores, the Chiefs were quietly making moves that felt just as dramatic as a season finale plot twist. The decision to cross the state line into Kansas didn't come lightly. Decades of Arrowhead memories, tradition, and emotional weight were deeply embedded in the franchise's identity. Still, behind the scenes, sentiment had to contend with logistics. Missouri negotiations reportedly dragged on, slowed by multiple stakeholders, overlapping approvals, and unresolved details that stalled progress for over a year. Kansas, meanwhile, arrived with a more streamlined proposal. Fewer layers, clearer timelines, and faster approvals helped move things forward quickly. Sources say Kansas went from initial pitch to official approval in under 3 months, while Missouri's process remained stuck in limbo. In the end, emotions were acknowledged, but spreadsheets, deadlines, and momentum won out, proving that sometimes even the most storied chapters have to make room for the next one.
Important to the state of Kansas that we build a dome. And really, as we look to the future, I think that makes the most sense. I'll come back to my comments about building a facility that they can host big events.
The move itself carries serious emotional weight because Arrowhead isn't just another stadium, it's a defining character in Chiefs history and fan identity. The venue is famous for its legendary tailgating culture and insanely loud crowd noise, with fans helping set Guinness World Record level decibel marks that have literally shaken record books. For decades, Arrowhead's outdoor atmosphere and tradition have been part of what makes Chiefs game days sacred for fans, a place where the smell of barbecue and the roar of the crowd are almost rites of passage. Those cherished elements are being treated like precious artifacts as plans emerge to replicate that chaos under a shiny new roof. Moving to a domed stadium in Kansas isn't just practical, it's hinged on opening the door to major events the region has often watched from the sidelines, like Super Bowls and Final Fours, thanks to the advantages a roofed venue provides. So while fans grieve the emotional history tied to Arrowhead's open-air madness, there's also excitement about preserving its spirit in a modern space designed to host even broader milestones.